Everything is difficult. Help me help you. Girl, what you tryna do? Cause I don't got a clue.
Hello, Captain. How are you today?
Fine.
I'm out for the walk around. I'm back from the walk around and everything looks good.
Hi guys, can we start boarding now?
Yes, please.
Check.
안녕하세요. Display status.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
네. Copy to right.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect your starting.
Captain, it's already disconnected.
Copy to right.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect your conditioning.
Captain, it's already disconnected.
Copy to right.
Go ahead.
Please
I'm ready for the
disconnect
checklist.
your GPU unit. Please disconnect the GPU unit.
Roger, disconnecting the GPU.
그 벤의 오버플레이크 그거 썼어요.
Captain, the GPU is disconnected.
Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Heading 053. Altimeter 1024. Heading 053. Altimeter 1024.
Heading 053. Altimeter 1024. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Display status.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're at your gate. The taxi route out to the departure runway will be as assigned. This airport uses ASDEX, so don't forget to turn on the transponder prior to taxi. We will use reduced thrust for takeoff, and for the takeoff config we'll use flaps 5. PAX will be on. Anti-ice is not required. We will use NADP1. Thrust reduction altitude is 1500 feet. Departure routing will be an ATC assigned SID. As for concerns, the terrain is going to be a factor for departure. Okay, for the takeoff briefing, I'll be the pilot flying. During the takeoff roll, you can call out any malfunction or warning and silence the oral warning. I will call stop or go. I'll reject the takeoff for any warning or condition that significantly affects the safety of the flight. Before 80 knots, I'll reject the takeoff for any of the following: takeoff configuration warning, system failures, activation of the master caution system, tyre failure, unusual noise or vibration, abnormally slow acceleration, if a side window opens, fire or fire warning, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, if the airplane is unsafe or unable to fly. Between 80 knots and V1, I'll reject the takeoff for a fire or fire warning, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, or if the airplane is unsafe or unable to fly. After V1, takeoff will be continued and no action will be taken before 400 feet other than to apply Toga and silence the aural warnings. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, departure briefing complete.
안녕하세요. 서울 Orbx Asiana A955 request alpha clearance to Jeju, propulsion level 260.
안녕하세요. 서울 Orbx clearance to Jeju via P3D Juliet, squawk 4450, squawk 4450, read it back.
Clear to Jeju via P3D Juliet departure, plans flight, squawk 4450, Asiana A955. 네, 감사합니다.
Asiana A955, we will correct, departure runway 32 left, 32 Lima, report to Alleged for pushback.
Departure runway 32 left, reporting ready for pushback, Asiana A955.
Good evening, solo approach Australia 1615, ready check. 1615, solo approach, 안녕하세요. Good evening, loud and clear. Loud and clear, thank you for now, 1615.
Here's the load sheet for you. Have a nice trip.
Thanks.
Hi Captain, the cabin is ready to go.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Before start procedure.
Are we clear to pressurize?
Yes.
Okay.
First credit 1615. Well, 1615, where? Approach credit 1615, request directions to Ulsan Airport deposit. No, negative, yeah. Question, yeah, flight level 2.0.
Start checklist.
Final
Ready for the checklist?
to Ulsan via Songtan Juliet.
Before start checklist, flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
451, back.
Silent check.
Takeoff speeds.
Silent check.
Clear to
CDU pre-flight.
3 to Latvia,
Completed.
Songtan 1
Trim.
Juliet
Silent
departure is found. Final maintain flight level 250,
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Before start checklist complete.
Right now it's found that there is
So sequence to them one.
Check.
Roger, improvement, ready for push, clear 1615.
Approach Asiana A9055. Request push and start span number 17.
Asiana A9055, engine starter approved, QNH 1024.
Push and start QNH 1024 Asiana A9055.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
여러분 안녕하십니까? 지금부터 이 비행기의 비상용 장비와 비상 탈출에 대해 안내 말씀드리겠습니다. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to familiarize you with the emergency equipment and emergency evacuation of this aircraft. 휴대수화물은 머리 위 선반이나 앞좌석 밑에 보관해 주시기 바랍니다. All carry-on baggage should be stowed in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. 좌석 벨트는 양쪽 고리를 끼워 몸에 맞게 조이시고 풀 때는 뚜껑을 들어 당겨주십시오. 또한 비행 중 좌석
good evening, Incheon delivery cafe Jeju bus radio check.
착용해 주시기 바랍니다. To fasten the seatbelt.
이제 지금 도입한 안녕하세요. 서울 어프로치 라벤크고요. good evening, Incheon delivery cafe Jeju bus cafe ATC cleared on secure Hong Kong International Airport proposing flight level 360.
이 착륙 전에는 좌석 등받침을 원위치로 세워주시고 좌석 앞에
아직 안 돌렸습니다.
현재 도입한 서울 어프로치 현재 홍콩 via 국타원 리마 국타원 departure that is far score 4452 score 4452 우리가
승무원에 별도 안내가 있을 경우 사용하실 수 있습니다.
그래서 홍콩에서 보드비에 국타원 리마 runway 33 left 55 maintain pushing k대로 score 4452 k대로 35 현재 지역에서 리산승원의 33 로미오 리버셜을 해보시고요. 월드를 로미오 개폐를 받으셨습니다.
좌석 앞 주머니 속에 보관할 수 있는 크기인 경우에 사용이 가능합니다. 좌석 앞 주머니에 보관할 수 없는 크기의 전자기기는 이착륙 시 선반이나 가방에 넣어 좌석 밑에 보관해 주시기 바랍니다. 또한 기장의 요청에 따라 전자기기 사용이 제한될 수 있으니 승무원의 안내에 따라주시기 바랍니다. The use of laptop computers, tablet PCs, and smartphones with flight mode is permitted for the duration of the flight. In some cases, electronic devices may be prohibited due to flight conditions or size limitations. Please follow the cabin crew's instructions at all times. 전자기기가 좌석 사이에 끼어 파손되거나 화재의 원인이 될 수 있으니 주의하시기 바랍니다. Please note, to avoid damage and the risk of in-flight fire, avoid placing cell phones near the seat back and armrests. 기내 감압 시에는 선반 속에 있는 산소 마스크가 내려옵니다. 이때 산소 마스크를 앞으로 잡아당겨 호흡을 몇 번 하신 다음 끈을 머리에 맞게 조여주십시오. 마스크는 보호자가 먼저 착용하시고 유아를 착용시켜주시기 바랍니다. In case of cabin decompression, oxygen masks will drop. Hold the mask and cover the depth and mouth with the mask. Then adjust the elastic strap. If you're traveling with a child,
네,
put
좀
your mask on.
수정했어요.
Then help
그
the
자체를
child.
좀 다 바꿔가지고.
바다에 내렸을 때 사용하는 구명복은 일반석은 좌석 밑에, 비즈니스 클래스는 좌석 사이 밑부분에 있습니다.
Overboard Australia 1615 please start at 10 7.
And between the seats in business class. 구명복은 머리 위에서부터 입으시고 끈을 허리에
Final 1615 pushback start approved QNH 124 make a long pushback due to traffic. Waterway long pushback due to traffic, pushback start approved at gate 12 now on QNH 1024.
To inflate the vest, pull down on the red tabs. For more air, blow into the tubes on each side of the vest. 구명복은 탈출 직전 비상구 앞에서 부풀려 주시기 바랍니다. Inflate the vest just before exiting the aircraft. 이 항공기에는 모두 8곳의 비상구가 있습니다. 비상 탈출 시에는 승무원의 안내에 따라 가까운 비상구로 신속히 탈출하시기 바랍니다. 비상 탈출 시 모든 불이 꺼질 수 있으며 이때는 좌석 옆에 켜지는 비상등을 따라 탈출하시기 바랍니다. There are 8 exits on this aircraft.
Flaps 5.
Of an emergency evacuation, please follow the emergency lights in the cabin to evacuate the aircraft. 바다에 내렸을 때는 8점의 구명정이 펼쳐집니다. When landing on water, 8 slide rafts will be inflated. 기내에 부착되어 있는 각종 안내판을 확인하시고 기내와 화장실에서는 금연해 주시기 바랍니다. Please take a moment to review the information signs and placards located in the aircraft. Smoking in the cabin and lavatories is not allowed at any time.
Before taxi checklist, anti-ice, auto, recall, checked, flight controls, ground equipment,
clear.
Before taxi checklist, complete.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Good evening, dispatch. Table 35, proceed engine. Schedule is 35, and approved, KNH 1023. Right, KNH 1023, suspended for purpose. Right, thank you.
Right, it's clear.
안녕. Approach Asiana A955, request taxi to runway 3 to left.
Asiana A955, stand by due to another traffic is now pushback.
Standing by Asiana A955. 저 굳이 로우 프리시팩 할 이유가 있나요? 숄트 프리시팩 해도 될 것 같은데.
Departure, Cherry 035, taxi to runway 33 right. Image 035, taxi to runway 33, Romeo. Confirm taxi to runway 33 right, pilot discretion. Then golf. The taxi to runway 33 right via pilot discretion. Asiana A955, follow traffic, Korea, Boeing 737.
The cabin's ready.
Before takeoff checklist.
Cabin crew, take your seats. Before takeoff checklist, complete. Set.
Delay due to traffic. Roger. Confirm clearance for taxi. The free car for taxi. Report to ready for taxi. Roger, China 1615, we are ready for taxi now. Runway 1615, taxi to runway 3 to Lima via Romeo, then Papa 2, Bravo 2. Roger, Romeo, then Papa 2, then Bravo 2. Push the runway 3 to right here. Runway 1615. Asiana A955, traffic, Korea 737.
Following traffic, Ukrainian Boeing 737, Asiana A955.
Runway 1615, come over Charlie. I just come over Charlie, Korea 1615. 735, wind calm, runway 321, clear for takeoff. The clear for takeoff on 3 right? Clear for takeoff. Runway 1615, cross line 3 to right, Commander Charlie. Next runway 3 to right, Commander Charlie, correct. Asiana
Hold short of honestly to left, Asiana 955.
Internal post, the Asiana 128 103, radio check. Asiana 12, 안녕하세요. 사업부터 스피드 사업부터 지난 인천 앞으로 지도 라딩 클리어. Departure KK035, available passing 2000 feet, climb for level 3, 202 feet, book heaven, Limanstan. 035, radar contact, climb via Hotel Lima, climb and maintain flight level 360, cancel level restriction. Climb for level 360, confirm cancel altitude restriction. That's fine, please. altitude restriction, continue climb for level 360, book heaven, Lima. Runway 1615, we become 3 to left, clear for takeoff. This for the runway 3 to left, clear now 1615. So, of course, I just want to request to Jeju, Korea female airport,
check.
240. Asiana 112, standby. Korea 1615, runway 3 to left입니다. 확인 부탁드립니다. Standby Asiana 112. One 615, again, 3 to left, clear for takeoff. The 3 to left, clear for takeoff. We are on the 3 to left. Thank you. Asiana 112, stop the restriction, flight level 230 or 250. 230, Asiana 112. Asiana 112, leave suburban in your flag. KK 바뀌셔? KK035, 리켓 타이밍 급했다. KK035, 그냥 복타. 랩컨트랙 복타, 감사합니다. Project Rider 161, we are airborne on fancy 300 feet. Runway 1615, radar contact, climb via Songtan on Juliet. The flight got from Toga Juliet Chris. 1614. Port Asiana 112, to email pfpx 230. Asiana 112, clear to Canada, Part 1 hold, departure, that's far, climb maintain, flight 230, squawk 4453, squawk 4453, leave back. Again, please, on to. Asiana 8955, line to runway 3 to left.
Line level 183 to left, Asiana 8955.
Runway 16 bar, cancel level 10, climb and maintain flight level 250. There, cancel level with precifix radio, 1615, choose level 250. Asiana 112, Star 1 hold, squawk 4453. First flight level 230. 4453, Asiana 112. Asiana 112, reservation corner, departure level 6 right. Asiana 112. Asiana 8955 in the car, runway 3 to left, clear for takeoff.
Clear of takeoff, runway 3 to left, Asiana 8955. Takeoff. Takeoff.
Runway 615, first digit, Song Pan. The first digit, Song Pan, radio 1614.
Toga.
Running my SA, switch to Unicom, onto the SMA, radar service terminated, good day.
Thrust set.
Technical 150.8, the Roger, thank you. Alright.
8 knots.
Checked, hold.
Asiana 112, we are pleasing for the ship. Asiana 112, 시그널 4, 시그널 2, 4, Asiana 112, PNH 1023. PNH 1023.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Approach Asiana 8955 by 156 600 to level 260 via V4.1 Juliet.
Checked.
Asiana 8955, radar contact, climb via V4.1 Juliet.
Climb via V4.1 Juliet, Asiana 8955. 네, 마이크 바꿨어요. 또 안 좋아가지고. Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5.
Flaps up.
Speed checked. Flaps up.
Asiana 8955, climb and maintain flight level 260, cancel level restriction.
Climb level 260, cancel level restriction, Asiana 8955.
164 yelling space, switch to Unicom and situation A, later service terminated, okay.
After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you, 감사합니다. First to the VP.
Direct boot Asiana A955. 오늘 MCP를 안 꺼냈어요.
10,000 feet.
뭐야, 이것도 아꼈어.
Check.
안녕하세요, 성원이. 아까 인사드렸는데 못 들으셨구나. 여긴 어디지? 이건 뭐죠? 인천인가? 인천 중앙기장인가? 모니터링 고마워 다시 말이에요. 아시아나 A955 그대의 수고하세요. 감사합니다.
네, 좋았죠.
혹시 제조 폰치도 가능하신가요? 네. 아직 레이팅이 안 나오셨나요? 감사합니다. 제 방송이요? 거의 멘트가 없잖아요. 지금 좀 이따가 리바이브가 나올 거라서 멘트가 급격하게 줄 겁니다. 드래그 부탁드려요. 포인트 먼지 다 돌면 마음에서 다 돌고 싶은데
We consider my day. P3D, yeah, pilot, P3D, want to do my day.
원래 실제 비행에서 주파수 예측하고 듣지 말라고 하는데 들리는 대로 그냥 받아 적으라고 하는데 아마 제 기억이 맞다면 제주는 이 주파수를 썼던 것 같아요. 제주 오픈 맞나요? 아니요 저 오늘 RCTP랑 EFIS를 아예 안 꺼냈어요. 그래서 제가 직접 수동으로 지금 마우스로 노브 돌리고 있거든요. 자, 이제 도톨까지 트랙으로 가고 도톨 160로 갈게요.
(1,000 feet to level off).
오늘 날이네요.
Wind 180 how much? 107, 329. 329, 187.
안녕하세요. 인천 컨트롤 아시아나 A955 maintain level 260 drag to Toto.
Asiana A955 radar contact direct booty join Yankee 711.
Roger, direct booty join Yankee 711 아시아나 A955.
Control, 안녕하세요. Asiana 112, we are ready for departure. Is that calling Asiana 112? Calling Incheon, say your call sign. Incheon Control, Takeoff 235, maintain flight level 360. 035, radar contact, proceed to authority. Incheon Control, Asiana 112, runway 33 left, ready for departure. Standby, Cathay 035, direct authority. 제로만 잘 안 들렸거든요. Direct authority, Alpha Tango, Oscar Tango, India. 아, 맞아. 그 아프게 알파 탱고, 오스카 탱고, 인디아. 제가 좋습니다. 죄송합니다. Asiana 112, wind come clear for takeoff, runway 33 left. Purple Takeoff, runway 33, left, Asiana 12. Asiana 8955, Incheon.
Incheon control Asiana 8955, go ahead.
Due to separation, proceed direct to maintain maximum forward speed.
Roger, direct total, maintain maximum forward speed, Asiana 8955. Thank you.
Incheon control, we are passing 3,200 feet. Asiana 112, radar contact, finally in Kuala Lumpur 230, left hand direct horsepower. Final maintenance flight to the 230, direct horsepower 112, failure brief. Climb flight to the 230, right horsepower.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving via the ATC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect the ILS. The decision altitude for this approach is 276 feet. For the landing configuration, we'll use flaps 30. The landing runway condition is dry. Auto brake, we'll use level 2. After landing, please turn on the APU. The arrival airport does not use ASDEX, so turn off the transponder when we vacate the runway. It looks like we'll be expecting a gate today. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. As for concerns, terrain will be a factor for the arrival. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that's the approach briefing complete.
안녕하세요. 제주 어프로치 again. Asiana A955.
Asiana A955. 안녕하세요. 제주 어프로치. Who are you again?
아까 저기 인천 컨트롤이 계셨을 때 디렉 도토를 받았는데요. 고도를 안 받아서 제가 임의대로 고도 하도록 하겠습니다. Request descent and reach level 16 by Toto.
Asiana A955. 맞아요. Expect flight level 140 by Toto.
Roger, expect level 140 by Toto. Asiana A955. 너무 일찍 자는데?
Jeju departure, Kuala Lumpur 1457 heavy, gate to district. 네, 1457 안녕하세요. 제주 어프로치 라우드 앤 클리어. 혹시 그러면 1457은 지금 데이터 못 치는데 다른 데이터 지금 가능하시겠습니까? 게이트 2로 이동했습니다. 감사합니다. 게이트 3 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 게이트 3 코너는 부탁드립니다. Asiana 8955, Zotac, approach the Gigabyte Yumin. Expect IS Chubu 1807.
After total track, you mean expect IS to running 7, Asiana 8955.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving via the ADC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect the ILS. The decision altitude for this approach is 287 feet. For the landing configuration, we'll use flaps 30. The landing runway condition is dry. Auto brake, we'll use level 2. After landing, please turn on the APU. The arrival airport does not use Ezdok, so turn off the transponder when we vacate the runway. It looks like we'll be expecting a gate today. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. As for concerns, terrain will be a factor for the arrival. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that's the approach briefing complete.
Asiana 55.
Asiana 55, stand by. Korea 1242, check your speed. Korea 1242, speed stronger. Your speed is little high, little speed. Asiana 8955, go ahead.
Approach Asiana 8955, now leaving limit 24041 40522.
Roger. What's the resistance to 1800? Korea 1242, I say again. Clear the IS Chubu 907 and your discretion. Descent to fire discretion. Clear to 907.
Descent checklist.
Stand by.
성원님 컨트롤 아니에요?
Descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes.
Checked.
Auto brake level 2. Landing data. VREF 140. Minimums 287 feet. Approach briefing. Descent checklist complete.
From Kuala Lumpur and Suvarnabhumi. Loud and clear. 안녕하세요. This is Jeju approach. Well, 242, wind 180, knots, 107, please. 217, okay. Korea 1257, clearance to Gimpo International Airport, P3D 252. 1257, clear Gimpo via coming to airport departure, 4301, 4301, read back. Houston airport via coming to airport departure. Squawk 4301, going 1257, heavy. Runway 1257, question, say again, call sign? Runway 1257, heavy. The runway 1257, report push back. Runway 1257, heavy.
Jeju approach Asiana 8955.
8955,
request standby speed for Yumin, speed 290 and 4000.
Asiana 8955, cancel via Yumin, after Zotac. Fly heading 250.
Cancel direct Yumin after total heading 250 Asiana 8955.
Kuala Lumpur to Investigate. Now, the to text to get any discussions, what's now? Exit to pilot discussions, what's now? Kuala Lumpur 2007 혹시 카미프 에코 찾을 수 있나요? 그래서 카미프 에코 리포트 가능하시죠? 에어랑 보선 약간 것 같아서 괜찮으시죠? 네, 카미트 에코 리포트 그러면 어떡하시죠? 그러면 어떡하시죠? 맞아?
1,000 feet to level off.
Asiana, approach Asiana 8955 now, speed 290, heading 250, reaching level 140, request for the descent.
Asiana 8955, descent maintain 4000, QNH 1024.
Descent reaching 4000, QNH 1024, Asiana 8955.
Asiana 8955, first direct Yumin when able.
Roger, direct Yumin when able, Asiana 8955. Approach Asiana 8955. Confirm speed restriction, cancel speed restriction below 10,000 feet.
Cancel speed and level restriction, descent manual discretion.
Roger, cancel speed and altitude restriction and manual descent manual discretion. Asiana 8955, thank you.
Asiana 8955, traffic 10 o'clock, 10 miles, east Toga, Boeing 737, 13,000.
looking out Asiana 955.
and B7 수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
10,000 feet.
Good evening, 안녕하세요. Jeju 1214 G1.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
level 270. Runway 1214, 안녕하세요. This is Jeju approach. Clear to Gimpo via Kami to Echo. Departure position Kami to Echo. Squawk 4302. Squawk 4302. Lead back. This is closed.
Approach checklist.
Clear to Gimpo via Kami to Echo. Squawk 4302.
Approach checklist. Altimeters. 1024. Approach checklist complete.
Runway 1214, ready to say again? Yeah, ready. Runway 1214, trend path approved. QNH 1024.
Check.
1024.
Check.
Runway 157 will be pushback station. Runway 157, pushback, approved. QNH 1024. Pushback, QNH 1024, runway 157 ready. 옛날 파일가 아까 혹시 보이시나요? 그쪽에서 멈추신 분이 한 분 있는데.
아, 지금 트래픽 날인 사이트 되고 있습니다.
인사이트 되고 있나요?
아니요, 안 돼 있고요. 티카스에도 따로 잡히는 게 없습니다.
알겠습니다. 감사합니다. Beginning question to Passport, Korea 1245, we have to give international and propose plan. Korea 1245, how about flight level 170 or 190? You cannot reach flight level 210. 190, Korea 1245. 125, to Gigabyte, market, go, flight level 190, squawk 4303, squawk 4303, load back. Go to Gigabyte Station Airport, via market to Echo, flight level 190, squawk 4303, Korea 1245.
Checked. Approach armed.
Check. Heavy, delivery, pushback.
Shift
Shift Korea 125. 125, heavy pushback. Yes, we pushback.
1,000 feet to level off.
Korea 125, pushback path approved. QNH 1024. Shift to Korea 125. Korea 124, take Alpha Coast, Gigabyte International, Flight 170. 124, clear to Gigabyte via market to Ezdok, Flight 170, squawk 4304, 4304 is back. To Gigabyte International, via market to Echo, squawk 01.
Check.
Squawk 4304. Squawk 4604. Level 플레임 리포트 라이브 90회. Asiana 8955, you can maintain 2,900.
G7 2900 Asiana 8955. Clear files Julian on 7 approach reported and established Asiana 8955.
Approach armed.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Runner 1257, taxi to 107 via Golf 1 then Papa. Hello, we are fully west of Ezdok. Standby, runner 1257, taxi to 107 via Golf 1 then Papa. H1 is 7 via Golf 1 then Papa, runner 1257. Runner 1 top defense taxi runner. Runner 1 to runway 07 via Kappa, follow traffic, Korea Boeing 747. Taxi via Papa, officer 07 following Korea Boeing 747, Runner 124.
이제 굳이 이렇게 안 내려도 되는데.
그러면 원투버가 푸시까지 얼마큼 걸리시겠어요?
안녕하세요. Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5.
네, 화면에 뭐가 있어요. 그 플라이트 인포메이션 알려주는 거거든요.
Fire on 245, prepare for taxi without delay. As a people for taxi without delay, Korea 125. 1245, ready for taxi. Runway 1245, taxi to runway 07, via hold 1 and Papa. Taxi runway 07, via Papa, runway 145. runway 1257, 그 택시 하실 때 시간 속도는 보통 많아야 25노트예요. 네, 알겠습니다. 그럼 1257 어디? 40에서 50은 많습니다.
Localize capture route.
Check. Radio altimeter alive. Cabin crew, take your seats. Check.
Gear down.
Gear down. Speed check, flaps 15.
Flaps 20.
Speed checked, flaps 20.
Approach Asiana 550. Established on the localizer running to 7 approach.
Asiana 550, continue approach, Toga, Gimpo, climb 1107, Boeing 747, use caution when approaching due to wake turbulence.
Roger, caution wake turbulence, Asiana 550. Flap 30. Flap 30.
Speed checked, flaps 30.
Cleared.
Checked.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. Checked.
Cleared. Cleared. Autopilot off. Autopilot off.
Runway 124, position of runway 07 due to inbound traffic.
Autopilot off.
Autopilot off.
Runway 157, having passing 1000, coming to echo departure. Runway 157, radar contact, climb via coming to echo. Columbia coming to echo, Kuala Lumpur and Suvarnabhumi. Asiana 955, in the runway 0 echo, now, runway 07, clear to land.
Clear to land running
1000 feet. Approach stable.
Stabilized.
Runway 127, push to the Academy, climb and maintain flight level 250, cancel level restriction. Columbia coming to echo, cancel level restriction, Kuala Lumpur and Suvarnabhumi. Runway 127, 안전하게 비행하니.
Approaching minimums.
Coming Kuala Lumpur and Suvarnabhumi.
Minimums.
Landing.
Checked.
Runway 124, line number 7. Line number 07, currently 114.
Speed brakes up. Reverses normal.
Runway 1245, caution 107,
Check.
number 2.
Auto brake off.
60 knots.
7 number 2, currently 1245.
Auto break off. Text to gate via pilot discretion A955.
Flight directors off.
A new discretion.
Light check doors.
Cabin crew disarm doors and cross check.
Runway 07. Level 125.
뭐야? 아, APU 켠지 얼마 안 됐구나. 아, 참.
Set.
APU 켠지가 얼마 안 돼서 APU가 아직 러닝이 안 된 상태에서 레이트가 안 나왔어요?
I'm ready for the checklist.
레이트 좀 이따 같이 보죠. 어차피 블랙박스로 했으니까. 셧다운 체크리스트. 아, 마지막에 이게 좀 이게 튀네요. Approach Asiana A955, parking gate 7, engine shutdown. Thank you for your 80 service. 수고하셨습니다, 성우님. 너무 작게 나오네요. 아, 좀 불안했어, 불안. 나왔습니다. 그냥 저격장 나왔네. 마지막에 조금 좀 불안했어요. 자, 저는 이제 방송을 아마 그만할 것 같습니다. 이거 노래가 끝나면 마지막에 살짝 옆으로 삐끗 나긴 했는데 그래도 어쨌든 센터라인 잘 잡고 내려갔어요. 마지막에 살짝은 좀 그렇게 봐주시면 그냥 너무 아이들을 빨리 땡겨서 조금 기수가 좀 많이 들렸어요. 볼까요? 확실히 조이스틱 칼리브레이터를 좀 부탁드려요.
Minimums. Checked.
그러면 원투원 보고 많이 나면 왜 있었어요? 라인 남 러너이대로 서버트는 원투원 보고
Speed brakes up. Reverses normal.
뭐 이 정도 했어요. 이 정도 그냥 만족합니다.
그러면 원투 보고
자, 어쨌든 오늘 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 대단히 감사합니다. 감사합니다.